bets. Let's see what we got going on. So, what book do people want to look at? Maybe we do a prize pick slip. Some of the plays I gave out are still available. And there's actually some pretty good value in the market. So that's great for us because we want to see value. We want to see good bets. And again, all the live stream plays are tracked in the sheet in the description on YouTube. So without further ado, let's do a prize pick slip because why not? And we don't have a ton of time, so I'm going to shut up. But there's also a promo you can see on Better, so we'll get to that in a sec. They have Anthony Edwards discounted to half of a point, bro. A free win. So let's build a slip. What do people think? Obviously, Glasnow, he's pitched well the previous couple games, but he's playing the Braves. So 40 is a high fantasy score. Again, it's a combination of a bunch of props, hits, earned runs allowed, how many innings do you pitch, stuff like that. But honestly, we can start out our slip with this, and then we can move on to what do we like? What do people like? Anthony Edwards, under 11.5 RAs. I mean, you know, we actually got, you know, let's take a look here. So Edwards, where is he, bro? Oh, I'm looking at MLB still. Again, if you include a player with a star, you get a 10% payout boost if you hit. So you'll see Edwards, right, like his rebound line is 5.5, his assist line is 5.5, so you add them up, you get 11. So there's a little bit of value on the under 11.5, and most importantly, you know, we get a 10% payout boost if we hit. Granted, we already have some other bets open on Ant, but it checks out from a value perspective. So we'll build this slip quickly, lock it in. So again, the way that PrizePicks works is you take Edwards to go over or under. We're going to get the same payout regardless. So what we want to do, whoa, this plays on Sleeper as well. Fuck. Dude, I have not seen a ton of value on Sleeper recently, but maybe there's some value on Sleeper. So I say that Rudy Gobert under half of a double-double. The issue is there's not a bunch of good pairs, so anyway, sorry for getting distracted. Let's go back to PrizePicks for a second. Let's just finish out building this slip. What do people think about Wendell Carter? Obviously, he hooked us. I mean, it was a pretty brutal hook. The last time we went with Wendell Carter, he straight up fucking bricked free throws. Left it. He had like 6 points in the first quarter and couldn't get it done. Over 7.5 points, missed free throws, which was extremely tilting. But you can see it checks out from a value perspective. Like the books have his over, you know, pretty heavily favored. FanDuel, DraftKings, even if you don't use them, you know, you want to look at those books as a source of information. But anyways, let's move quickly. What do people think? Wendell Carter over 8.5 points. People like it. People don't like it. Good morning. Man, I'm just waking up. Got my Starbucks. Can you do another rebet play? 10 plus is nice odds for Murray. Can you do another rebet play? Yeah, we'll look at rebet in a second, but let me finish off this slip. And obviously, like the Wendell Carter play, we already went with on PrizePicks, but who cares, right? We're going to use it again. And actually, it doesn't pair like that nicely because Towns has such a low assist line. I mean, what's his assist line? 3.5 assists? Or usually he's around 3. So it probably doesn't make sense to pair in the same slip Karl Anthony Towns over 20.5 PAs, points plus assists. But anyways, let's just finish off this slip real quick because we got 3 good picks. And again, like, you know, we want to see what else is out there. Gordon fantasy score. Do people like fading Aaron Gordon? Or what do we want to do? And again, we have a star, so we're getting a nice little, you know, our 5 flex essentially. I mean, this play, a little annoying because we got to wait till Tuesday, but it does have solid value, and honestly, like, there's not a ton of value on PrizePicks right now relative to, like, what I already gave out, but is Gafford under 9.5 points? He's gone under 4 out of the past 5 games, playing a shit-ass Clippers team. So, line's already coming out for game 1 of, fuck, man, feeling a little sick. But line's already coming out for game 1 of Mavs Thunder, and damn, the Thunder, minus 152 favorites. Who's winning the series? That's the real question. But anyways, let's just finish off this slip. I got to finish off this slip. Again, all the live stream plays are tracked in the sheet on YouTube. But we got 4 good picks, but we really want to go with a 5-pick flex play, you know, if we can get it in. You want to ride 5 dudes at once, never 4. Never 4. But what's the final play we want to go with? Fuck, man. Aaron Gordon fantasy score. Do we like fading Aaron Gordon? This Wendell Carter play is incredible. All this shit will be bumped by the morning. Ooh, I do like this. SGA. I love fading SGA. I mean, it's a little, he's a star too, but it's not like you get another 10% payout boost. But under 28.5 points for game one. You know, if the game is a blowout, Gafford and SGA more likely to like be on the bench. But without further ado, let me just lock in this slip quickly, right? We gotta get moving. We gotta get moving so we can move on to Underdog. And I have fucking ass betting limits on PrizePicks. And the live event is no longer available. Anyways, let me go here. And where are we? So we should be live, bro. So we are live. Where is the stream? And here we are. So let me just put this link in the chat for whoever wants to tail. NASCAR out here in Kansas City all weekend. Any value? I don't know. But anyways, links in the chat. Fading SGA is scary. Bro, we're gambling. OKC in 4 or 5. Wow. Ride 3 on Underdog. Links in the chat for whoever wants to tail. But what we really need to do is, again, ideally you use a bunch of these books. The more books, the better. And again, like, it doesn't make a ton of sense, maybe. Like, there's value on Carter's under in rebounds and his over in points. But what we want to do is let's just get working. So what do people think about Carter under 7.5 rebounds? So again, this play is only available on Better. You know, what makes sports betting crazy is just like all these books set their own lines. So you can see all the other fantasy sites like PrizePicks. They have Carter's line lower at 7. All the books have his under as a big favorite, minus 150, like a 1.5, to 1 betting favorite. But what we want to do is we need to find some pairs. So the first play is Naz Reid under 1.5, 3-pointers made. And again, it's really the same. It's like the same strategy as PrizePicks. You take his over, his under, you get the same payout regardless. All the books have his under heavily favored. So it's like, okay, that's the play we want to be on. Who's winning? Who's winning this game? Cavs Magic. Dude, that was frustrating as hell, man. We had Donovan Mitchell, RAs. He just dropped 50, didn't fucking pass the ball at all. But what we want to do is we want to take Carter under 7.5 rebounds, Strus over 4.5 rebounds, who was a rebounding machine. Donovan Mitchell doesn't even try to get rebounds. Occasionally, maybe he'll grab a board if it bounces to him. But you can see here, like, Strus checks out from a value perspective. And what do we like as our final play? Anthony Little over 4.5 Ks. So, like, let's get into baseball value. And this game starts at 4:15. So a lot of these games are starting soon. So I just want to move quickly so we're able to get in some plays. Because obviously this is a no-brainer discount, right? We're basically getting a free win. To win a 5-pick play, we only got to go 4 for 4, which is nice. And these plays all have solid value. So what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is just run it as a 5-pick. And then we can possibly just never know which book is going to have good value. It seems like there's better value on PrizePicks right now. So again, it's a little janky sometimes better, but I locked it in. You should be able to see my phone on the screen. Mitchell is disgusting. Underdog. Yeah, we can look at Underdog. Why the fuck is my phone connecting? Anyways, you should see it in a sec. So we got a PrizePicks play. We got a better slip. Again, you'll see all the live stream plays tracked in the sheet in the description on YouTube. But I want to get some more bets locked in because we only got like 15 minutes probably until the game starts. So, these promos, bro, like easiest money you're ever going to make is just these simple promos. And again, I'm not sure why my phone isn't fucking connecting. Because Better, they don't have like a website you can bet through like PrizePicks. Again, I put the link in the chat, but if you just want to see the PrizePicks play, this is what we ended up locking in. And what we want to do, dude, where's my phone? Is what I was going to say is I wouldn't mind locking in another Better slip real quickly before we like move on to another book. But obviously don't want to waste your guys' time. So maybe we do Rebet. Some people were asking about Underdog Fantasy. Dude, Underdog. So Underdog has some good golf value available. Fuck. So we can check out Underdog as well. People want Underdog or Fliff? Oy, oy, oy. So you can see, like, you know, again, it's why ideally you use as many of these books as possible. Where the fuck is my phone? And, dude, come on, man. Come on, bro. Why does it always have to be like this? But, anyways, there we go. Now you should see my phone. So what we can do is we can just, this is so annoying. Anyways, let's see here. Anyways, I'm not sure. So the better play, hopefully you were able to see it. It's Edwards over half of a point, Naz Reid under 1.5 threes, Carter under 7.5 rebounds, Strus over 4.5 rebounds, and then Zach Little over 4.5 Ks. Again, it's just being fucking janky, and I wish Better had a website that you could bet through because it would make things a lot easier, but they don't. But what we can do is we can move on to Underdog. So, like, you know, let's see if there's anything on Underdog that we want to take advantage of. Because there's always some, you know, Peyton Watson over 2.5 points. I mean, this is just like, obviously the Nuggets game's about to start. It's such a random line. Peyton Watson over 2.5 points. Like, you know, sometimes there's really good value on the star players like Jokic and Murray. But this play looks incredible. I mean, right? You look at all the sports books like FanDuel. Again, like, you know, it's already priced into the market. Basketball knowledge, shit like that, lineups, injuries. It's priced into the odds. FanDuel, they have the same line, 2.5, but they have his over as a -154 favorite. So his over, you know, is heavily favored. So this seems like a great play that we can go with on Underdog. And then really what we need to do is just find a couple other picks that we can kind of lock in. So what do we want to do? And we have golf lines starting to show up for tomorrow, so it doesn't even seem like PrizePicks has already... They haven't dropped PGA lines yet, but Underdog has. And it actually seems like there's a crazy amount of golf value available right now, so move quick if you want to try to get this in. It seems like they're dropping a bunch of birdies and better lines, birdies or better, and there actually appears to be some pretty crazy plays, so let's see. This is what we want. Under 5 birdies or better for Taylor Pendrith. And what we can do is we can finish out this Underdog slip. So if you want to build it, you know, here are the first 2 picks. They move things pretty quickly, so, you know, try to tail it quick just because sometimes they bump it pretty fast. And let's see here. Let's find our final pick. And this is very frustrating because I wouldn't have minded locking in another better slip, but that's not going to be possible. So Naz Reid under 1.5 threes. This play is also available on Underdog. Again, we already got that on better, but doesn't seem like a horrible idea. And there's also some esports value coming up. So we may be able to actually lock in a couple Underdog plays. So here's the first 2 picks. I currently have, you know, locked and loaded. But what we want to do is we want to go to Naz Reid under 1.5 threes. Same reason as better. Market has his under heavily favored. And hopefully Peyton Watson cashes in the first half. I mean, these plays are obviously, they're definitely a sweat. And there's always good golf value. Underdog, they oftentimes they adjust things pretty quickly, but when they first drop lines for the upcoming day, you'll see there's just a lot of value. So let's lock this in. Hopefully you've been able to, you know, get it in already. We could not detect your location. Okay, so let's refresh quickly, then we'll lock it in. And hopefully you've had time to get it in, and we got to play for the Timberwolves game. Please take it. So they give me a max bet size, you can see in the bottom right corner, of $100. So I hit it for $100. Dude, weird. So again, a little annoying that better's not popping up. But again, it was Edwards over half of a point, Naz Reid under 1.5 threes, Carter under 7.5 rebounds, Strus over 4.5 rebounds, and Zach Little over 4.5 Ks. But let's see. People wanted Underdog, so we can see if there's any more plays that we like on Underdog Fantasy. So let's go back here. And let's see what other golf value they had. So Taylor Pendrith, birdies or better. So if you just kind of look here, where is it? Pendrith. Where is this guy? So win only. This guy's actually favored to fucking win. Not a huge golf watcher, but, you know, doesn't mean I won't bet on it. Again, like, watching a sport does not make you a good sports bettor. 99% of people lose money sports betting, and I promise you they're all, you know, they're all watching sports. But what did I want to say is what we wanted to look at was major specials. I don't know. But you can see, long story short, I don't want to waste time trying to find it. But FanDuel has this birdies or better line at 4.5 with the under favored. So let's see if there's anything on like Rebet, any of these other books. Obviously, I'm going to lose everyone once these games start. And everyone's going to drop off because everyone wants to watch the game. I mean, do people like the Magic tomorrow? Plus 4.5 on Rebet. So again, what's nice about Rebet is this is a new state, is it's legal basically everywhere, which is really nice. 47 states. It's kind of like Fliff. It's one of these books that's legal in a bunch of different locations. And you can see here, like, they're offering Magic plus 4.5 at minus 115. All the other books, like if you want a play with an edge, again, I make sure every play I give out in these streams have solid value. All the other books have this priced around like minus 132. So FanDuel's moved the spread. They've moved the line towards the Magic. I don't know if Jared Allen is questionable. I'm not sure. But what we can do is we can go here and we want plus 4.5. And how much are they going to let me bet? Dude, I don't know. It's like the Cavs looked horrible. And they're not going to limit me, it looks like. We'll see. So they give me $12.50. So I still don't, like, Fliff has a max bet size. I mean, all these books, what's kind of annoying about sports betting, but is all these books set your max bet size. So, like, anything you go to on Fliff, you'll see, hey, my max is only, you know, $2.50. And again, you can't see my fucking phone. But anyways, if you're on Rebet, Magic plus 4.5 is what I locked in. And hopefully it comes back up in a sec. So we got Magic plus 4.5. And this is on Rebet at minus 115. And then we had an underdog play. I just want to make sure I remember to add these all to the sheet, which kind of like, again, tracks all the bets. But let's see here. Let's see here. What book should we look at? Please, man. Anyways, I guess it's not popping up, but you can follow me on Rebet. My username is Alex Monahan, and it should show you, like, you know, whatever. Any play I lock in, kind of stuff like that, but I can't figure out how to get my phone showing. But this is what I locked in. Again, Rebet, it's legal in 47 states. Definitely recommended if, you know, if you don't already use it. But let's see here. Let's see if we can build maybe one more underdog slip, or we can look at, you know, FanDuel, whatever. And, you know, FanDuel always has good value. I feel like people are less passionate about it on these streams, but you can usually find some pretty good value as the Timberwolves game started. Let's see. FanDuel's just like, it's, you know, FanDuel's only legal in like 20 states or whatever. But there's always good value on all these books. Ideally, you know, you use as many books as possible. Anthony Edwards, fuck yeah. He already has 3 points. Well, we need no turnovers. But anyways, the game started. But there's always good value on FanDuel. I know everyone wants to watch the game, so I'll call this live stream a day for now. So we had an underdog play, a Rebet play, Free throws coming for Karl Towns. Let's fucking go, bro. We're on his over. But what did I want to say? It's like, yeah, it looks like there's some golf discrepancies on Underdog. I mean, we could keep this live stream going. So maybe we'll build one more Underdog slip just for the people who are still here. So let's go here to player strikeouts. And again, sorry, I would do more better plays. So you can see, like, what the fuck is Underdog doing? This is what we want to see as sports bettors. All these books are setting their own lines. Underdog has, there's tens of thousands of lines on Underdog Fantasy. Like, there's limitless stuff you can bet. Esports, all this crap. So all OddsJam does, scan the market, point out value. It's not a complicated product. Just points out value in the market. So we have Tom Kim, under 5.5 birdies or better. All the other books, Brandon's Line, all the other fantasy sites like PrizePicks, all the sports books, 4.5. And what we want to do, damn, Anthony Edwards is fucking cooking, bro. 5 points. And free throws. Who is fouling? So we have 2 picks on Underdog. And what we want to do is finish out our slip. So what I will say is this minimum number of data points is I try to focus on, unsurprisingly, like, you want to see plays where you have multiple data points kind of telling you the same thing, especially for esports. Not as many books post, esports lines, kind of stuff like that. So if you just look at, like, Call of Duty, it's such a random sport. But Underdog, like, a lot of times it's these, more random sports that seem to have the best value. So, like, where is this guy? We have Kremp and Ghosty. So let's just see if we can find this real quickly on Underdog. So Ghosty under 57 total map kills. So if we just kind of take a look, this is what I want, right? Kills, kills, kills. So we can just take a look here. And again, like, whatever. Maybe you don't watch Call of Duty. I sure as fuck don't watch Call of Duty. But that doesn't mean, again, everything's priced into these lines. These books are very good at setting lines. PrizePicks has his line lower at 52.5. Like, that's crazy. And it's already fucking gone. Bro, what the fuck? So Underdog always seems to open esports lines. They're really bad at opening lines. And then they just adjust odds, basically, in general, closer to where PrizePicks has lines. Like you can see here, they've already bumped this up to 21.5. So a lot of the value's already gone away, which is frustrating, but, that's kind of just how it is. But on the bright side, we'll be able to get something in. There's always a lot of good esports value, long story short, on Underdog if you're just kind of looking for it. Oscar under 32.5 because it seems like they just dropped Call of Duty lines, but they're moving everything quickly, like this Kremp guy. So maybe something like this we lock in, which is another 3-pick entry on Underdog. And again, trying to give people a little bit of time to bet it. Bro, the Nuggets are getting fucking killed. Wow. And, of course, they already locked it. So, clearly someone's tailing. Or Underdog Fantasy is literally on this live stream. But again, like, they drop lines. There's a bunch of bets with an edge. They react to where volume's coming in the market and ultimately, kind of end up adjusting their lines lower. So, if you weren't able to get this GXX play in, if they bumped it, Jayo under 30.5 seems solid as well. Sheesh. And, there's so many sports books, bro. I wish there was more NBA today. It's Saturday, man. It would have been awesome if there was, but there's not. But there's always good value on so many of these books. You just kind of got to look for it and ideally use a bunch of books because you don't know which book is going to have the best kind of bets on a given day. So most of the MLB games have started, I guess. Yandy Diaz over 2.5, 1.5 hits, plus 240 on FanDuel. No other book offering above, plus 190. Like, pretty fucking solid. But anyways, I'll call it a day for now. Thanks so much for your time. We got in some good plays. Enjoy the game, the Timberwolves game. And yeah, have a great rest of your evening.